Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Speed Souls showcase. I'm here joined with Regal. Hello, Regal. And we are back with Dark Souls 1 once again. Now we have a showcase race for you guys. On the tournament format, we'll have the two runners, Commander Ike and Nax HPL, and two commentators, me and Regal, of course. And our tournament, as you can see on the tournament command, it's gonna be a Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, all bosses tournament. So that's what we're gonna be watching today. Nax is gonna be running the ES Mailless route, which has been featured here by me and Regal as well. And Ike's gonna be running a version of it that is a little bit different, with a little bit of spice, especially if you don't like calamite. It's been like 3, yeah. Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
There we go. Okay, I was muted.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. We figured it out. Okay. So if we're ready,
oh my.
we can go ahead
Yeah.
and tell them to ready up. All right. They have started, so we're gonna. Okay, so they're about to start.
All right.
And
Reminder that we're gonna be using racetime.gg as a timer.
there we go.
So, and we started.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I had myself muted on my mic for the starting soon page, and then forgot to unmute when I transitioned. So there you go.
It happens.
But now I have to be able to see both runners. It's hard to restream and do commentary at the same.
Cool. So here we see the very famous Northern Undead Asylum. Runners are unequipping stuff that they're not gonna be using, the armor. And they're equipping the hilt on their left hand because that is actually our best shield for now. But not for
Yeah.
blocking.
Well, it is for blocking, but not for blocking damage.
Yeah, I guess.
Although it can block damage sometimes, but it's not very good at it. Like basically anything that hits you when you're blocking with this hilt just like knocks you straight backwards. It's not very good. But you want to
Yeah, it
be
can
able
happen.
to block while you're sprinting in this game because the game is designed to where the jump button and the sprint button are on the same buttons. So if you try to do a roll while you're sprinting, you'll just jump instead. But if you hold block, it'll prevent that. So you want to have something to block with here. And not only that, but it also allows you to do toggles, which is another strat you'll be seeing the runners doing throughout the whole run. If you do an upper body animation as you begin to sprint in this game, you will accelerate to your maximum speed a little bit faster. And over the course of the whole run, it adds up. So that's another reason why you want to have the offhand hilt. Because what you could do is you could two hand and block with your bandit knife in order to be able to block. But then when you toggle, it breaks the two handing. So just putting that hilt in your offhand is a neat little optimization to prevent all that. It just makes it work. That's the asylum.
So you already saw one boss go down, a Silent Demon, and that was by the power of Black Fire Bombs, which is the gift that we choose, since the Thief class starts with Master Key. So essentially we get two gifts.
Right.
Both of our runners going up Undeadburg.
Classes are like really important for the speedrunning. Like there's all sorts of different reasons why you would want to choose one class over the other. And depending on what route or what category you're seeing within, what route within those categories, you'll see different starts. But Thief is a very common one.
There's a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, just because you get that Master Key plus Black Fire Bombs.
Exactly. So now our runners are going shopping.
Shoplifting as well.
Yeah. We do a little bit of robbery.
Yeah, there's a glitch called Prompt Swap that you saw right there. It might have been difficult to see because they did it so quickly, but they want to buy a bunch of stuff from the merchant for the rest of the run. But you also want the bottomless box for a glitch we're going to be doing later, but they don't have enough souls to get the bottomless box. So they're going to use a glitch called Prompt Swap, which replaces the firebomb cost with the bottomless box purchase. So for like 80 souls, you end up getting to buy the bottomless box, which is normally like 1,000. And what you do is you use like 2 methods of inputs at the same time, to where you'll trick the game into opening the purchase prompt, but in a different context. So you'll have purchase firebomb prompt appear, but you switch the menu to where it actually buys the bottomless box. It's pretty sweet, but it happens really fast, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
And here comes Taurus. So we're going to be using gold pine resin for this boss. Makes the fight much faster. Like, oh, nice! I got the. Or is that Ike?
Oh yeah, he did get the
got
the
suicide.
Taurus suicide. That is awesome, and not very common with with this fight.
No, it's not.
That is great that he got it here. So now they're pretty much
they're like
synced.
exactly even. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Regal said, Gold Pine Resin is a huge boost in damage for that fight. If you do it without it, it is a nightmare. So now our runners are gonna be getting the Drake Sword, using a pretty neat trick. They're gonna shoot one of the arrows they bought from the Undead Merchant and use the Pine Resin again, so they can do 3 slashes on the Dragon's Tail and get the Drake Sword. So if you play Dark Souls casually and you shot thousands of arrows on that tail, now you know better.
Yeah, but it's honestly like that takes a little bit of practice. It's not hard, but you really need to like have it down on muscle memory, because it's just making like one mistake and the whole thing's like just kind of thrown off.
As soon as you overthink it, it's over.
Yeah.
So now runners are gonna be approaching one of the most famous skips by now.
Yeah. Infamous, ubiquitous, Sin's Gate skip.
Indeed.
It's in almost every category. So what they're going to do is they're going to be parrying this hollow in a certain spot and riposting him. And the riposte animation is going to clip the runners just slightly out of bounds to touch the death cam box, which is just outside of this walkway. And they want to do it in a specific spot because there is also a kill box there, and you don't want to hit the kill box. The kill box is just underneath the death cam box. So you want to do it in the right spot. If you do it too high, you won't hit the death cam. Do it too low, you'll hit the kill box and die. What it does is it puts you in this like cinematic top-down view, and the game thinks that you're about to die whenever you get here. So it is programmed to stop loading new assets and deload assets that are already there. And you're just at the right position to where the walkway leading to Sin's Fortress is loaded in, but the gate isn't. So you can just run through in this like top-down mode. You can't really see where you are, but it's not super difficult to do with some practice. And you just walk right through the gate, and you quit out to reset your camera. And you couldn't even continue, even if you didn't reset your camera, because like the next part of Sin's Fortress isn't loaded, so you have to like reset it there. Yeah, it's like a pretty huge skip. Not only does it save a lot of time in some routes, but it's also a really nice routing trick that you can do. So, like for example, in any percent, Sin's Gate skip doesn't save that much time, but it allows you to get your Dragon Tooth really early, right?
Yeah.
So
you
see,
here we're gonna see
some differences. Yeah.
We'll be seeing Ike doing move swap here, hopefully soon. There we go. And he's going to be freeing a certain NPC that you probably know. It's gonna be Big Hat Logan.
Right.
Because
This new route that Ike is doing relies on using sorcery, especially for one specific part in the DLC. You're also going to see some time saves from some minor things on other bosses, but the big time save, which is going to be Calamite later, you need to free Logan to get his spells. Nax isn't quite on the new route yet, so you're going to be seeing the old version where he just runs right past Logan. So you're gonna lose a little bit of time leading up to the DLC, just trying to collect all this extra stuff. You'll see Nax pulling ahead of Ike for that reason. But well, it depends on how the run goes for them. But you'll see the time save from Ike way later on in the DLC. But you'll also see some time saves on some boss fights in the mid game as well before the DLC.
yeah, boss fights and Hydra, for example.
But Ike is going to be doing a whole lot of extra stuff collecting to get this magic strats going. And Nax is just going to be mostly melee, like pretty much the whole time until after the DLC. You will see Dragon Tooth +5 fights from him, which are also really fast. But before you get Dragon Tooth +5, you have some pretty bad ones like Stray Demon, which you'll see later. Which that is a sleeper fight. DT +0, no RTSR, Stray Demon, and that's one of the things that is out from the new route is you get Soul Spear, Stray Demon, which should make the fight a little faster, a little more consistent.
For now, both our runners are making their way to Iron Golem. Ike's a little behind because he had to do a detour for Logan. And
Nax getting a bad bomb cycle, so he had to run away. It's a good Iron Golem there.
Yeah. Iron Golem can be a pretty tricky fight with no RTSR Drake Swords.
I would honestly say that Iron Golem is the most skill intensive fight in this whole run. Like a lot of the other ones are just about like reacting and knowing what to do in certain situations and what your openings are. This fight is really just execute it. Execute the attacks perfectly. And I would say it is the most execution-based fight in the whole run. Yeah, I was just a little off.
Second hit.
Yeah. Well, so he gets good RNG here. See if he can. Yeah. All right.
Oh, he did. Nice.
The stomps that you just saw Ike get, that's good RNG. It's a lot easier to get the stagger properly on that particular RNG, and also saves about a second. It's not like a lot faster, but it's a lot easier.
There's a big problem, quote unquote, problem with this fight is the third running attack, because that one requires you to end up your third attack at a certain specific area of the fight.
Right.
So that you bait the attack correctly and you turn Iron Golem at the correct angle. So
the first three running attacks are like that, where you have to like land them just right. But they're not nearly as precise as the third one. The third one is definitely the most precise attack of that particular fight. Alright, so here, Nax is going to be resting at the Darkmoon Tomb bonfire, because we need this for later. You see they skip past the Anor Londo bonfire. That's because later on, when they kill Priscilla, you're going to come out of the Painted World, and if you warp away, the game just sends you to Anor Londo bonfire for free. You don't have to take it here, but they do need to take a bonfire to level up so they can use the Dragon Tooth, and they need to come back here anyways. You're also going to see Nax picking up a ring here. This ring is not important for its effect. You just need any ring in order to execute a glitch called ESM, which we'll explain later. It's pretty complicated, but basically it allows you to turn one item into another item. Which will save quite a bit of time later on. But you have to have some ring for it to work, and that's just the handiest ring. Like it's just like right there. You know, it's the fastest one to just grab. So that's why you get the ring of Sun's Firstborn there. And here you'll see a cool strat where they're gonna send the elevator up, but you want the elevator to be back down later so you don't have to recall it on the way to Priscilla. So you're going to see Nax here try to jump up off this elevator and quit out, which should send the elevator back down.
Yep.
Looks like he got
And
it.
even for real-time strats, this quit
Yeah.
out is worth it because this elevator is extremely slow.
It takes a long time for it to come back down.
Yeah.
It saves like 12 seconds for in-game time. Probably only like a few seconds real time, but it still saves time.
All right, so we saw our runners also level up on the Dark Moon Tomb Bonfire. That's to use the next weapon. That's the Dragon Tooth. Need 27 strength to two-handed.
Important to note that like your soul count is pretty tight here, so like you actually need to kill like Bob, the crossbow archer, before Iron Golem some amount of the time just to have enough souls to even get that level up. But you really just want 27 strength to wield the Dragon Tooth two-handed, and then the rest you just drop into endurance. But you like lose out on a point of endurance if you don't have enough souls there.
Yeah. Both of them had leftover souls. Like they didn't need to kill Bob, but
but sometimes you do. Sometimes you do.
So Nax got past all the Silver Archers.
Probably, yeah. He's taken this safety bonfire.
Yeah.
So like, you probably won't necessarily see a lot of these safety bonfires throughout the run, depending on the runner. But pretty much everyone is going to be taking this bonfire because this boss is just really, really random. And you could skip the bonfire and then try to play the fight really safe. But honestly, playing Ornstein and Smo really safe is just a recipe for the fight being even more of a disaster.
The death wish.
Yeah, like you really do need to, like, you don't want to be so aggressive like your brain falls out and you just do dumb stuff. But you do need to keep a little bit of aggression on them, or else it just gets even more of a mess than it normally can be. They're like, in taking that bonfire kind of frees you up to be a little bit of aggressive, because if you die you only lose about a minute or so on the run back versus like 2.5 minutes if you have to go from Dark Moon Tomb Bonfire. And so it's just for races, absolutely. It's just such an inconsistent fight, especially because they're not going to be doing it with Red Tier Stone Ring, so it's going to be a 3-hit kill on Ornstein.
And Nax is approaching the fight, and he's probably not gonna heal. That is a decision.
Yeah, there are some attacks that you can tank with the full health bar here. So not healing is definitely an extra risk. Okay.
Nax got the charge opening. Let's see how Arsenal is gonna behave.
He overlapped the stagger.
Oh.
I think he might be good here, though. Yeah, just barely makes it through. Nice. Let's see how Smo goes. Smo's usually more consistent. Yeah. Since you can stun lock Smo, it's usually not bad, but you'll see, like, right here, Smo just jumps away and escapes the stagger. That's like...
And he's particularly far away from the elevator as well, so that's what Nax is trying to bait him into.
Yeah, you really want to be as close to the elevator as possible whenever you kill... Oh, this is bad. Nax quitting out. That actually was a good decision, because he was dead.
that was a fast quit out.
Yeah,
I don't think that man quit out that fast.
I mean, that was a mistake, but a good decision after making a mistake, because he was definitely dead.
And it makes it so both of them get sync again. Right. But Ike has
getting the lightning opening.
Well, yeah, I was about to say the advantage of the fight with.
He almost strafed that Smo attack, but just barely missed it.
Oh yeah, it was a little bit too far left.
Yeah,
I think. But
well, Nax is already past Ornstein again, so he's back on.
Yeah.
Okay. There goes a death for Ike. That was unfortunate. That's like the worst opening you can get is lightning opening. Like, I did it correctly how you want to approach it, but it still is just it's not a very nice opening to get.
Yeah. And sometimes they're just like holding hands, going.
Yeah, they can't
their way.
You can't get them away from each other.
Don't do anything, and there's not much you can do. That was kind of what Ike was having.
I think he could have had a good fight there if he had been able to strafe that one attack from Smo. He tried, but it was just a little bit off in positioning.
Nax about to get the Lord Vessel from Guinevere.
I
We
wonder,
shoot her
is
with one
Nax...
of the
So,
arrows.
Nax is doing this dupe here, which kind of signifies he's going to be doing Blighttown skip later.
Oh, that is that's interesting.
Yeah. Because you don't have to do
Especially
that dupe there. Like, that dupe loses you a little bit of time, but it's worth it if you're doing Blighttown skip. But if not, like, you don't want to do that dupe. So that it just shows that that's what he's doing. But that's what he's been practicing, so it's not super surprising for him to
Yeah.
just do the route that he's been doing. But Blighttown skip is not faster RTA for this route.
and Smo giving Ike a rough time.
Oh, wow. Oh, he got the stagger there. I thought that Smo's hammer...
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, come on, Ike.
Let's go, Ike. I think it's a little bit of nerves playing as well, but hopefully can pick it up.
Yeah, he'll be fine. So here comes the gargoyle segment up here. And you'll see another route variation once Ike gets here. After gargoyles, Nax is going to go to Stray, and Ike's going to go straight to Quelaag.
Yeah. Also, seeing these deaths, it's important to note that since this is a race, a lot of things can happen that normally you wouldn't happen, and runners
yeah.
aren't gonna reset.
Right.
So this is very much still anyone's game,
Yeah.
especially since harder.
Nice. That was a good opening
Sections.
punish from Ike.
Yeah, let's see. Gets a shovel, not.
I think
the
he's got
best.
this. I think he's got this. Nice.
The second one. Smo's a little nicer there, indeed.
Yeah, so he's on to Smo now. As you can see, Nax already killed gargoyles because the fight is a joke with Dragon
And
Tooth.
gets a halberd.
Yeah, nice. Very lucky.
Prize halberd. So the problem with that halberd is that move swap, the glitch we're doing with the Dragon Tooth all the time for basically every fight in the early game, really relies on how your inventory is set up. So we have Dragon Tooth on top of the bow, and getting that gargoyle halberd means that now the halberd is above the bow. So Nax is gonna have to do something about that gargoyle halberd, which we'll see soon.
He'll probably drop it at the nest, which that's gonna make because of how this game works. Like if you do certain things in your menu without reloading, it'll default the prompts on using some items on the yes or no items to be on no. And this, when you're boning out after Stray, after you pick up the doll, there's a Black Knight right there, and having to swap from yes or from no to yes on the warp out can be a little annoying. But sometimes you just need to drop something here.
Yeah, we also saw Ike also receive the Lord Vessel.
No, he's not.
Level up intelligence.
Yeah, that is a difference.
And he warped to the wrong place. He was supposed to warp to Firelink. And I think he just tried to drop the Drake sword.
I don't know what he was doing. I was watching Nax. Nax didn't drop anything. He's probably gonna drop the gargoyle halberd after Quelaag, I guess. So, having trouble with the move swap here.
Oh, the double.
This is like a safe spot where these hollows won't really mess with you. There you go. Now he's got it. So now you get to witness the glory of Stray Demon in this route.
I hope everybody has coffee on your tables and take a sip because this one is a sleeper. Look at that glorious damage.
I don't know how many attacks. It's like 10 attacks that you have to do. And
it looks like
he's so random because like he'll just do these fly ups over and over again, which make the fight significantly slower. There's not really much you can do about it. But he's getting decent RNG here.
Yeah, not going
yeah,
for
this
the
is
tail.
This is bad. Okay, he's fine.
Oh no, he's
got an R1.
Far enough back.
Okay, so not a perfect fight, but it's alright. He made it through without dying.
With how many running attacks you have to do in this run, in this fight, is understandable for you to get a R1 or 2.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just make one small mistake and then you die. It's so annoying.
Especially since it's so slow, you kind of rush.
Yeah, right.
Ooh,
You try
gets
to.
the fast Black Knight attack.
Yeah, his bone was still on no there. I wonder why.
It's because he dropped the gargoyle halberd
No, he didn't. Unless he
before
just.
the. No, he did before the ladder. That's right.
Oh, okay. The Lautrec RNG, very cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes Lautrec isn't there. You need to kill Lautrec here so he doesn't take away your Firelink bonfire later on.
Yeah.
You don't
And
really need the ring that he drops.
Ike killing gargoyles, he had a pretty smooth segment, all things considered. And now he's making his way to Quelag before Stray.
Oh, so
Also
Nax
doing
isn't doing
Bloodback.
Blighttown Skip. So he just did that dupe for little reason, but that's okay. I think he's just used to doing it.
Yeah, probably realized later that he
Right.
didn't need
Yeah.
it.
So they're both not doing Blighttown Skip. But Nax also not going to Rickert. So I guess he's just gonna do the same route, but no Blighttown Skip. You need to get a catalyst from Rickert in order to
which
do
you're gonna see
spellcasting
Ike getting
later.
now.
Yeah. And normally if you don't do Blighttown Skip, you go straight to Rickert here. So Nax is kind of doing like a hybrid like of things he's used to doing, but also he isn't doing Blighttown Skip, so yeah. But here's the Blighttown plunges, you'll see. So and even though Ike died to ONS twice, you see they're on the same segment. That's because Ike hasn't gone Stray yet, but he will be doing Stray after Wheelog, because he's going to be activating Frampt for Frampt duping.
So it's gonna be a completely different fight because he's gonna use sorcery rather than the Dragon Tooth.
And you'll see Nax doing Frampt duping later.
Yeah.
Ooh, this jump might be bad. Okay, it's good.
He's a little too. He was a little too far right.
It looked like he jumped early, but he's fine. He got it.
Fully. So for now, both of them fighting still with the Dragon Tooth. However, that will change soon.
Yeah.
Ike waiting for his orc friend to decide to attack.
This fight isn't hard, but it can be kind of random. Ooh, Nax almost got his head chopped off.
That was close.
And yeah, see, not the best fight for Nax here, but it's okay. He's not.
And Quelag is also a little bit on the slope.
Yeah, Slip Quelaag is real scary.
We don't like.
He got out unscathed. So like, there's like a safe spot with her melee attacks, like right up in the spider's face, where they'll just go over you. But when she's on the slope, she'll be angled down differently than normal, and it'll just hit you. So you don't really want her to be on the slope.
Ike got a counter hit as a result of being on the slope.
That wasn't the best RNG from Ike, but he handled it well.
Yeah, managed it good. Well,
like the best RNG that you can get on her is she does the really long spray, fire spray, and you can just like do a ton of damage.
And we'll be getting the Daughter of Chaos Bonfire to return here later when we're stronger. But since we already have the Lord Vessel, we can just warp away from it.
And Nax is going straight to Priscilla's segment, but you'll see Ike returning to Firelink. And he's going to deposit some stuff into his bottomless box for a glitch he's going to be doing at Frampt. So if you deposit items in your bottomless box, and then you go to Frampt, and you use a glitch called QS to sell a number of the item that you have more than what you have, it'll actually underflow the item, and then it'll duplicate it to the maximum amount in your inventory. But Ike is going to abuse that in a way to where he's going to sell Quelag's soul 999 times, multiple times, and get a lot of souls here. Nax is going to be doing the same thing later, and also use it to duplicate dragon scales to get a +5 dragon tooth. Ike will be duplicating scales later in a different way, but they're both going to be getting really strong using some glitches here.
Yeah, up until DLC, the routes are gonna be different, but from then on, they'll have minor changes.
Yeah, after the DLC, they'll be like pretty much the same. Although
Nax
Nax is
having
gonna, I think Nax will probably do 4 Kings early, just because that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, and also he will not have a 1 king, which Ike
Right.
could get.
Yeah. Nax getting
And-
beat up here. Oh my god.
That's a nice heal.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord, Nax! Okay, that was
Clown
interesting.
Fiesta.
They just
It's okay. So you see, Ike here. Not only did he dupe all those materials and get a bunch of souls from Framp, he also just got a bunch of soul spears, and now he's gonna dump all these souls that he's got into level up a whole lot here.
Yep. He's gonna go up to level 238.
And also attune some spells, and then he's gonna go straight to Stray Demon and do Soul Spear Stray Demon.
Which is a much less sleeper fight.
Yeah, I actually haven't like done it before, but I'll be trying it out soon.
Trust me, you'll enjoy it better than Dragon Tooth.
Yeah, that's probably not hard though. All right, so
So
here's
far.
Nax coming up to pick up the Red Sign Soapstone, and you might be asking why. Well, this is remember that Ring of the Sun's Firstborn that they picked up back in Enderlondo? That is for a glitch called ESM, and they're going to be using that with the Red Sign Soapstone. So the Red Sign Soapstone happens to have the same item ID as the Red Tearstone Ring. So they're going to be using the ESM glitch to allow themselves to equip the Red Sign Soapstone in their ring slot. And when you do that, the game just thinks it's a ring, and it pulls the item ID to determine which item it is. And since they have the same item ID, it just thinks that it's Red Tearstone Ring.
Yeah.
And that's why
That
you pick up the
saves
Soapstone there.
a lot of time compared
Yeah.
to getting physical RTSR
Right.
back in.
Even with all of this, like, these fights without RTSR being slower, it still saves like 2 minutes versus going to get it. It's extremely fast. But only if you're already coming to the Painted World, you know, like in all bosses. You're already coming here anyway.
Oh,
Which
Nax
is-
doesn't have arrows for Priscilla.
Yeah. So, like,
I wonder why that.
this is why you do Stray early, so you can get the doll, so you can come to Priscilla and get the Red Sign Soapstone. Like, that's where the whole routing comes in. Oh, Ike is...
Yeah.
Oh, not dead, because he... Yeah, the fact that you dupe already means you can just survive one of these
Yeah, you just
blasts. You just tank it.
you just tank everything.
Yeah. Who cares? Oh, I got hit.
So you can probably see the difference in damage.
Yeah. Well, and just, like, safety in general. Like, it's just a better fight.
Yeah.
Just a better fight.
So Nax got rid of Priscilla. Now he's gonna go
This is,
make his way to.
This is where
What
you'll
the-
see the ESM glitch here. The Nax is gonna buy some stuff from Andre, and then he's going to view his arrows, 999 of them, to store the quantity prompt, and then he's gonna use a glitch called quantity storage to transfer that quantity prompt. Oh, he messed it up. He's gonna transfer that 999 quantity prompt into the purchase menu for Andre to buy 999 pikes, and the ESM glitch works by being crammed. And the thing is about Dark Souls is there's this hidden like inventory limit, which is about 10,000 units, and you normally would never reach that limit like playing casually. But with the QS glitch, you can get there very easily by buying 999 pikes. And so he'll do an attack, try to remove his helmet during the animation, which will fail, and then he went and unequipped the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn, and then down one slot, and then equipped the RTSR, which was actually the Red Sign Soapstone. So yeah, it's a really complex and weird glitch, but it works, and it's not hard to do. It's just you just kind of need to know the steps to do it.
Yeah. More of a recipe rather than
Yeah.
knowing how it works.
Right.
So now Ike is making his way to the Paint World. He's gonna be fighting Priscilla with sorcery,
Yeah. And so
which
yeah,
is
go
a
ahead.
more comfortable fight. And this is kind of the trend with the route changes that we've had. It changed for the faster and the more consistent.
Yeah, which is
So
really nice.
it's a win-win situation, really.
And so Nax is heading to Hydra. Important to note that since he's crammed, like I was saying earlier with all those pikes, he actually can't pick up anything new that has weight to it. It'll just immediately get dropped because he's at the inventory limit. So you're going to see him dropping the pike that he bought, the one that weighs a bunch of units, and then picking it back up, which will reset it back to a normal pike. And that pike is then going to be used for a glitch called air rolls later on. Just as a specific weight setup. Oh, nice. Ike did the plunge. Cool.
Ooh, showcasing the plunge, representing the plunge community.
So here's another plunge Nax is about to do. Hydra plunge. This one's really cool.
Yeah, this is a nice one.
See Nax pull off this Hydra fight. You're gonna
Hydra is harder than many bosses.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. It's I mean, doing it optimally. It's not really that hard to do, but doing it optimally, like you can't miss any of these bombs, which Nax just missed one, so he's gonna have to do an extra cycle here. Ike's gonna get a really nice Hydra with Soul Spears later, which saves a decent amount. So you see Nax drop the pike and then picked it back up. And normally a running attack would kill there, but Nax missed a bomb.
And we can also see on the other screen Ike fight Priscilla with sorcery, which is a much cozier fight.
A lot more brain dead of a fight. Just like stand back and shoot at her, yeah.
And if everything goes right in this fight, you can kill her before her dialogue even ends.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Super tight. So next, approaching the Golden Golem, which has Dusk as a prisoner, which we're gonna have to free to access the DLC later on, which has bosses, so they have to go down. So Ike will be doing very similar menuing as what Nax did.
Yeah, this
He
is
also
you get a second chance to look at ESM here.
yeah.
He's gonna get the QS pikes. So now he has a real fat pike that weighs the same as 999 pikes.
And he also used the soul to get the prompt.
Yeah.
Rather than a bone. So he popped a Smoso. And then he was able to buy everything else.
And so yeah, here you see ESM again. Attack, unequip the helmet, unequip the ring, and then now he has RTSR. Nax is about to do his own round of dupes.
Yep.
Right here.
So Ike equipping some stuff that he probably couldn't equip earlier, but
you see, Nax is going to dupe the scales here off of a prompt swap. See, there you go. Now he has 99 scales. And you're going to see Ike also dupe scales, but in a different manner.
okay, yeah, I was about to say that Nax didn't do the prompt for the 99 arrows.
Right, so Nax is about to get huge and get a +5 Dragon Tooth.
Yeah, which Ike doesn't have.
Not yet. Not yet, no.
He hasn't duped his scales.
But
so
you're gonna see a much better Hydra fight from Ike, hopefully, unless he misses some shots or something. And not only that, but like, so you saw Nax rescue that Golden Golem to rescue Dusk from the Golden Golem. Ike's gonna be doing the same thing, but then also going to summon Dusk. And he's gonna use Dusk to buy Hidden Body for later. He's gonna use her also to do a negative quantity dupe. By buying a bunch of Uso catalysts, but the most important thing about summoning her is it spawns her gear in by the DLC entrance, and you want the Crown of Dusk, that is one of her items, in order to make the late game changes work. The Crown of Dusk gives you like what, a 20% boost to magic damage?
I believe so.
And so this is like a long drawn out process to summoning her, but it ends up saving quite a bit of time. That's a slow plunge. Ooh. Quits out for safety there.
Oh yeah, that was doable, but
yeah, I don't
completely understandable for him to quit out there.
You can get, depending on how you hit the side here, you can get some different speed in your plunges, and
Ooh,
The
then he gets another.
slower ones are really tight to land. You can usually make them, but they are a lot like the window is a lot smaller. You really want a fast one like that, and you have plenty of time to get the roll in because eventually that animation is going to end, and then you won't be able to roll out of it. So if you get a really slow one, then you won't be able to survive, or at least not as easily.
So now you can see So Spear Hydra,
As
which you
Nax
just got.
gets the pendant for the DLC, you have to kill that golem there.
And yeah, I believe it's very clear that Ike's fight was much faster
Yeah,
than Dragon 2.
especially because Nax missed a bomb, but yeah. Is Nax doing the up warp?
Oh my.
Race up warp?
I wonder if he just forgot.
I guess yeah. He just did the up warp pathing, but didn't do it.
Yeah.
Here's Duke Skip, which good chance you've seen this before. See if Nax can get it first try, because failing Duke Skip is a big time loss. It's not the end of the world, but it's a chunky time loss. Oh, he barely missed it. That's probably about what 30 seconds
Oh
RTA.
yeah. Yeah, about. Because you have to quit out here and then quit
Oh,
out
he got an
again. The
infinite.
elevator.
Oh no.
Oh, that is a
That's
disaster.
gonna even them up a good bit.
Oh my. I don't think I have seen
That is
that in a
possible, but it's
while.
very rare, yeah.
I haven't seen that in a
Because
long
like
time.
that's your like last stable position is in that
Yeah.
corner there. So if you just like hit the railing off of Duke Skip in just the right way, it'll update it
Yeah.
in a way to where it makes you slip off there. Like that's rare. That sucks.
So that means the next just barely touched that stable position, and so quit outs in this game push you a little bit backwards, so
Hmm.
that's why Nex fell, which is unfortunate here, but it's gonna be used for a really awesome skip later on
Yeah. Okay,
that
so
I have never died to.
okay, here's the negative quantity dupe that Ike is doing with the brightness menu. And now he has a bunch of scales. That one's pretty complex to explain, but
Oh, he had the red chunk.
oh really?
So
Did he
yes,
did he
so
dupe the right thing?
yes, he did
Okay, good,
actually.
good.
He realized that he had a red chunk.
Yeah, well, it's because he killed the Black Knight. And,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
downside of killing that guy.
yeah.
On top of also being able to get a weapon off of him. Just never good. A clean inventory in this run is very nice. Very nice.
So you saw Ike just picked up the elite armor set. That is 4 air rolls later. So well, I guess I'll go ahead and explain air rolls. Air rolls, just like it sounds, you can do rolls in the air, which allows you to iframe fall damage. So you can take lethal drops. They would normally be lethal by iframing the fall damage as you hit the ground. You just have to time your initial roll properly, and then you just spam roll in the air, and then as long as your first roll is timed properly, it will line up your iframes for when you land, and you'll just survive. It's a fall damage cancel. But you need a very specific equip load for it to work. So
Yeah.
we're using specific weighted items with a specific endurance level in order to achieve the required equip load, which in Prepare to Die edition is like 25.00008% or something like that. It's very precise, but it
And they're
works.
mostly gonna be useful in the DLC due to
Yeah.
the layout. It's very vertical. So we're gonna be going down elevator shafts with arrows. Gonna be a nice time. That's a
Mhm.
bunch of time
Yeah, like normally
of
things
running
that would
around.
only be possible to do with like fall control, you can now do without fall control, which will save you time, but also will save you RTA as well, which in a race is important. You want because with fall control you'll have to do a quit out, right? Which I think every quit out is like 10 seconds or something like that. Which for in-game time doesn't matter, at least not a lot, but for real time in a race that can matter for sure.
Yep. So now we're gonna see Ike fight Sif.
with sorcery.
magic. Boss that Nax hasn't fought yet. And we're
Nax
gonna
will be
see how-
going there next.
Sif can be a very tricky fight, so I think Ike's gonna take his time, make sure that he's getting attacks that he can
Nice.
punish properly,
I
and
think
he got a Soul Spear phasing Sif right there.
now Ike he has enough souls to upgrade to +5, and he's gonna go straight to Seath segment.
Yep.
Which is Nax is finishing up right now. I don't know how close they are right now. It's hard to tell, but Nax dying on Duke Skip is definitely worse than Ike dying to ONS, like in terms of time loss. So they're not that far off. Ike might actually be favored here.
Yeah, since Ike has a lot of time saving the DLC.
Right, he's gonna jump ahead once they get to the DLC. And Nax hasn't killed Sif yet or Butterfly.
Yeah, we're only really gonna be able to tell who's ahead after DLC.
I think Nax is also probably gonna do Four Kings early. So yeah, and then you'll see Ike going to Four Kings later, much later on. When Nax got the meme, if the Dragon Tooth is so big, so normally like you kill Seath in 2 move swaps if you attack his belly, because his belly takes extra damage, but if you attack too close, it doesn't register as a belly hit because the Dragon Tooth is so large. And that's what happened to Nax there. I think he might have actually just hit the wrong spot. I didn't see, but I imagine that's what happened. Oh, nice. Ike started doing the hidden body for here, which is good.
Yeah, it's cozy.
Yeah.
Especially if he isn't dropping anything in this elevator in particular.
Yeah, well, you can just drop stuff on the next one. Like, not a big deal.
Yeah, only if you don't do up warp, but I don't think they'll be doing up warp here anymore.
No, not in a race. The up warp is a thing that you can do where you quit out and it just like takes you to the top for Duke Skip without having to ride the elevator, which saves a little bit of in-game time. But the quit out itself is like takes so long that RTA it's just slower.
You quit out twice.
Yeah.
Quit out once.
So it's you do it twice, so it's really slow RTA. But it saves like 2 seconds in game time.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it is cool. No, not
Like
hard
a
either, but
ghost coming out of the.
yeah, like and earlier Nax took the up warp pathing. You saw Ike went left. That's where you normally go left.
Ike gets a good Duke skip.
Yeah, Ike didn't fail.
Very nice.
He's I think would say he's pulled ahead of Nax at this point. Like it's difficult to say because of the route differences, but I would say that Ike is probably ahead of him.
I was about to say we're about to witness the glory of DT+5 Sif, but Nax set me up. Trying to frame me. But Sif is dead, and Nax now is gonna go to Four King, which Ike hasn't done yet. So if you're confused as to who was ahead, then this is way more confusing now.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the cool things about Dark Souls once speedruns, especially all bosses, is just like the route variation. So when the tournament coming up, you'll see this a lot, probably. Especially at the beginning. There's going to be a lot of people doing different stuff, I imagine.
Also see extremely different Four Kings fights.
Yeah.
Since Nax will be using DT+5. And okay, I thought he was gonna forget to talk to Rickard.
Okay,
No
good.
problem.
Yeah, he should have just talked to Rickard earlier, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it was mostly muscle memory
Yeah,
going off.
exactly.
There,
I don't blame him for
where-
just doing like the same thing he normally does, even if it's slower.
Yep.
It's like I'm the same way. If I don't have my muscle memory just telling me what to do from moment to moment, then I just like spaghetti all over the place.
It's fair. Especially since Nax has been doing this regardless of the route changes throughout the week.
Yeah. I think
Probably
he's probably gonna switch after this though. Oh, he died. He died to Silskip.
Oh no.
He tried to do the optimal running attack Silskip, but put out just a little too late.
That is unfortunate. And it's what, minute 20?
That's like 59 seconds.
Oh,
Well, he's gonna have to send the elevator back up, so it's a little bit more. And oh, he has to do the warp again. Yeah, it's gonna be about a minute 20.
so Ike killing Seath. And now making his way to the DLC.
Mm-hmm. And Nax should be joining him pretty soon. The Nax has to do 4 Kings, and then after that, he's going to do Butterfly. And then he'll be on the way to the DLC. But Nax will be one boss ahead of Ike whenever he does, in terms of like because Ike hasn't killed 4 Kings yet. But Ike is going to get a big time save in the DLC from the new strat, which is going to be Gothless Calamite, which we'll explain whenever we get there. But so all this setup that he's been doing for all this magic and stuff is for a strat called Gothless Calamite. And normally, in order when you fight Calamite, you have to trigger the boss with Goth. So you have to go grab the Crest Key on the way to Manus, which is like a whole detour to the side in Ulasil Township. And then after that, after you kill Manus, then you have to go to Goth, talk to Goth, get him to shoot Calamite down, so you can fight Calamite with melee. You also have to run and trigger Calamite to begin with, like the Calamite trigger initially. So there's a whole lot of stuff you have to do to even fight Calamite with melee, like they normally do. And you get to skip all of that by doing this strat called Gothless, which relies on this magic setup that he's been doing. You have like these soul spears plus the Crown of Dusk to get enough damage. First, we have just a normal DLC start with DT plus 5, and assuming everything goes fine here, he should just plow through these bosses. Guardian is pretty annoying, but he should be dead here. Yeah, there you go. Very nice.
The 4 combo, and
then on the other side, we get to see Nax doing DT plus 5 4 Kings, which I prefer over Darkbeat.
Same.
But it's not as fast. It just like destroys the boss. Doesn't even really get a chance to do much. And the second king is basically going to die before it does anything.
Yep. So Ike ignoring Elizabeth.
Right.
Rude. But he already has hidden bodies, so...
Yeah. So normally, like, you're going to see Nax having to go and talk to Elizabeth to buy hidden body, but since Ike already has bought it from Dusk, he just gets to keep running. And he gets to, since he already has hidden body attuned, he gets to do the slightly more optimal pathing here.
And 4 Kings are dead for Nax.
Yep, so he's going to Butterfly now. He has to attune Heavy Soul Arrow, though. So that's like why you wanted to go to Rickert first, earlier. If
oh yeah, you would save
so he could save the rest here.
Save this rest.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, though.
And Ike performing the first instance of arrows down to the elevator on the way to Artorias. So you saw that he equipped a bunch of stuff that are seemingly unrelated. However, that's set up the perfect amount of weight for him to be able to perform those. And he's gonna do Moosop Artorias, which hopefully goes well.
Yeah. Just get the jump opening, so this should be pretty easy kill. Yeah, he misses one, but it's fine. And there goes Artorias. So Nax is gonna have a much worse butterfly fight here, but it still should be totally fine. Oh, he get the RTSR kill. The Poggers butterfly. Nice.
That's cool. Equipping DCR there enables you to sometimes get RTSR if you tank the.
You want DCR anyways for the next segment RTSR setup. So.
Yeah.
So here comes the most random boss in the run, which is Gwendolyn. So you're gonna, in order to one cycle Gwendolyn, you need to get like a very specific attack so you can stagger the boss, because all the other attacks that Gwendolyn does, whenever you get near, Gwendolyn's going to start warping away before you can actually get the stagger on it. But if you get the arrow attack, you can actually stagger Gwendolyn and then kill the boss in a single cycle. Ike is doing some RTSR setup stuff here, so he's going to be able to kill Gwendolyn in a single running attack.
Yeah, you can warp out slightly faster if you want to cycle Gwendolyn like this.
But it's just a very random boss, because, like, you have to wait for them to do a certain attack so you can one cycle it. So if you don't have, like, the RTSR set up and you need to do the double hit, you just have to stand there waiting for the arrows in order to one cycle. And it's sometimes you'll just stand there forever waiting for them to do the arrow attack.
Yeah. So now Ike is approaching the star of this route, which is Gothless Calamite. However, he does not have Black Separation Quisto equipped, which has me worried right now.
Yeah.
I really hope he realizes.
Oh, why are you shooting the dogs?
Oh, dude, that dog sucks. Oh, but he misses it. That dog sucks. I don't like that dog.
Yeah, but you can just block it with the shield. Anyways.
So Mac doing Sanctuary Guardian as well, got pretty much the exact same attack Ike got.
So what you're going to see is Ike is going to be running to a specific spot on the arena here to bait out a certain attack.
He's realizing
that might have screwed him up, though, because he did it so late. Yeah. But he's going to try to bait out a certain attack and then run to a safe spot and then fire 4 soul spears. Oh, he adjusted his pathing, so. Okay, he got it. See. I think he's going to have to 3-cycle here, unless he gets lucky on this 4th shot. But yeah, so what you want to do is hit 4 shots here. Yeah, he's going to have to get a 3-cycle. That's okay, though. So he's going to stand here and shrug 8 times to time the baiting the proper attack from Calamite. So we can get another set of volleys on it. There he goes. Okay, here comes Calamite again. And he's going to try to get 4 here. He's standing okay, I thought he was about to get hit.
Yeah, no, that place is fine.
Oh, he was going for the last one. That would have been sick if he had gotten it.
He got it. It would be super sick.
So since he had that slight mishap at the beginning, he didn't get 4 hits on the first cycle, so he's going to have to do an extra one, which loses about 30 seconds, but...
Yeah. And the time save for this strat overall would be about a minute, if I recall correctly. So he's still going to be...
Yeah, he's good.
On the green here, basically. Good. So now he's just flexing Soul Spears because he already killed him. Goes 1 off.
All right, let's see Nax's Artorias here. Yeah, that's Gothless Calamite. That's the whole reason for this new route variation. Like, we've had Gothless Calamite for a while, but not this specific way of doing it. Which, this way of doing it is much faster than the old one.
And you see that Calamite died because he just received the ring and the souls.
Mm-hmm.
So we're Gucci.
So you're gonna have to see. So, well, Nax is gonna go straight to Gwendolyn here. But then you're going to see him doing a different DLC, having to go through the township to get the crest key and then on his way to Manus. Meanwhile, Ike is just running straight to Manus here. And you're going to see...
And he'll be done with DLC.
Right, because after Nax does Manus, he's going to have to go kill Calamite, but Ike has already killed him, so...
Yeah, in fact, Nax hasn't even triggered Calamite yet.
Right. He also has to go trigger Calamite as well after this Gwendolyn fight.
And yeah, huge shout outs to Endrov
for finding
the new strat. Mm-hmm. Keeping us busy.
Yeah, there's been like so many reroutes because of this trick.
Making saves. Yeah. But you know, some of the best part of speedrunning.
That right there was the 1 cycle with the stagger that Nax got. He didn't have RTSR. So now you're going to see Nax go and trigger Calamite. Which, if you did the Gothless strat, you wouldn't have to do this trigger. You would just go to Calamite and kill him, and then you're done. Nax, in order to do the fight with Goth, has to go aggro Calamite, which is like, I don't know, this is like a minute and a half of just running somewhere and then warping back.
Another thing we saw was the Darkbeat pickup for
Yes.
Ike.
Yes.
We're gonna be using Darkbeat for most of the late game bosses, and one of the things that this route has over the version Nax is running is that the Darkbeat pickup is much, much cozier. You don't have to
Yes.
deal with any of the bloatheads that are guarding Darkbeat, because in this particular instance, Ike didn't get the bonfire, so there were only two. So if you did, there would be three.
But you also have to shoot more times with the
Yeah.
heavy soul arrow. Well, here's Manus. You're gonna see like the same fight from Nax as well. Dragon Tooth Manus.
And also the thing about Soul Spear is that it pierces through enemies, so you
Yes.
can kill both of them with one single Soul Spear, which is, and Ike
Yeah.
gets a relatively fast fight.
Yeah, not bad. And Ike's done with the DLC.
Yeah. So
So-
now the game plan is to clean the house from bosses. And now he's gonna be warping to Izalith, which is a pretty lengthy segment.
Yeah. This is like
But-
the boss rush part of all bosses, where you have Darkbead, you have RTSR, you have Crown of Dusk as well, and you're just going to be killing the bosses like really fast, like just a few shots, and you're just going to be churning through them. And meanwhile, Nax is still on the DLC, having to do the Calamite trigger stuff. But keep in mind that Nax has done 4 Kings and that Ike hasn't. But the thing is, Ike's 4 King segment's gonna be faster than Nax's was because he's gonna get 1 King and he's already done Rickard. So I would say that Ike is ahead here.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say. And remember what I mentioned about quitting? Ooh, that was...
So Ike died to Fire Sage elevator clip. This
That's
is a
not
really
quite what I'm used to
No.
dying.
So this is a really cool skip. All you do is so I think this elevator loads in slightly after you. You can't stand on the elevator itself because it's not considered stable ground. So when you stand on it and quit out, it just moves you off of it. But if you stand just off on the side of it and then quit out a bunch of times, the stand-up animation slowly moves you backwards to where you just clip through because the elevator hasn't loaded in yet. You can look, it like loads in slightly after you. So that's what Ike is doing here.
And that
But
is
there-
exactly what killed Nax after failing Duke skip.
Yes, same thing. The thing is, Ike didn't do enough quit outs, so he actually landed on the platform above, which killed him. But once you clip through, Fire Sage Demon is plungeable, so you just land right on his face, and his AI
For
isn't
whatever
loaded.
reason.
Yeah, well, because he's a reskin of Silent Demon. That's
Yeah.
why.
But I think you can't plunge straight demon.
No, you can't.
But
Right.
I
You
suppose
cannot.
it's just they're two different models entirely.
Yeah. So that allows you to not die on the fall, and he's not loaded, and you just clean him up real easy. This is why Fire Sage Demon is my favorite boss, because
Exactly.
he lets you do a 6 skip, and he doesn't do anything. He just takes it.
Also, the plunge attack with the Dragon Tooth deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, even without RTSR. You can do like 2100 damage.
So
Sometimes
can
you
see
get
Nax-
a double hit, and you do even more.
Nax picking up the dark beat with a little more action.
Yeah, than Ike's, yeah.
Yeah,
A little sketchier, but he got it.
yeah.
And there goes Centipede Demon. Like I said, this is the cleanup phase, so like just melting bosses here.
Yeah, that was a 2-shot, which is also possible in Nax's version of the route, but it's
Oh, it's harder for sure.
difficult.
Because since Nax doesn't have the Crown of Dusk, he's doing a good bit less damage on his Dark Beat casts whenever he gets there.
So
Oh,
Ike in
Nax
this-
didn't get a jump, so he's gonna have to
Yeah.
take off his DCR here. Yeah,
Oh my.
a little scary. He's got it. He got it under control.
Yeah, that was smart.
This is not the best fight for Nax.
Yeah, those
here.
are 3 bad attacks for this particular situation.
You
Nax
can
was-
punish those catalyst slams, but it's a little sketchy, so I don't blame him. All right. And
When he gets his first hit in.
meanwhile, Ike is on his way to Beta Chaos, which you're gonna see a very nice way to trivialize this boss fight using a strat called Tookie Bombs. Oh,
And
Nax.
Menace giving Nax
Yeah.
a hard time.
So you're going to be able to see the rest of the normal Calamite, what we used to do. First, he has to go to Goff to get it shot down. It's crazy,
So-
like, actually just seeing it, how much faster, like, what Ike is doing. Because I died, like, what, twice to ONS?
I
I
think so.
Nax died to Seal Skip and Duke Skip. So I would say, like, I don't know. It just seems so much faster. Like they should be, if they were doing the same route, they would be a lot more even. But Ike just feels like he's so much further ahead because of that.
Especially because we're seeing Nax in the DLC, and Ike's already done with that for
Yeah, I mean,
a
like,
couple minutes now.
right. I mean, like, important to note that Ike still has to do 4 Kings, but like, it's like that's like a minute and a half segment for Ike, so it's not a huge difference.
So Ike equipping some stuff that he's gonna need for later, especially DCR.
He might get hit here. Okay, he stood in a very sketchy spot.
Yeah, that's a little too far back.
Yeah, he's fine.
Goes for the fast second one.
This is a great strat, but you really don't want to fail it. It's like really bad if you do, because then you have to do the fight quote normal. In addition to the run back, you know.
Yeah.
That was a
pretty clean segment.
Yeah. Well, let's see how good the Calamite is for Nax here.
Yeah, we're witnessing some history here because
the last Calamite kill ever.
Yeah, ever. The last DT Calamite. But I'm sure plenty of people are still gonna be doing regular Calamite fights because.
But he's just
this has time to catch up.
Killing him this way is just so much more random and takes a lot more practice, like, and it's slower. So I feel like this is just gonna, go the way of the dodo, so to speak, and just you're not gonna see this as much anymore.
Oh my!
See, what did I say about Calamite being random?
Oh my god, this is the worst RNG.
So like sometimes Calamite does like a particular opening, and then the fight is just free. It's just over. He just dies immediately. But then he'll have these fights like this where he just does all this crazy stuff that's really hard to punish properly.
So you can probably gauge the contrast between one strat and the other.
Yeah.
This was crazy bad RNG.
I've seen worse. Okay, here
that combo for the first 3 attacks,
that's really bad. Yeah.
That's clap minus 20 seconds there for you.
Alright, so there's another boss deleted by Darkbead, by Ceaseless.
Yeah, Ike was a little bit apprehensive there because the angle he aimed the Darkbead didn't ensure that he was going to hit everything, so he
did another one.
Just to make sure. But that's one of the time saves. Small, but still time save.
You have some small time saves in the latter half of the run from doing the Gothless Calamite strats, because you have the Crown of Dusk, so you just have a little more damage, but pretty minor time saves compared to the Gothless time save itself. They're just, it's kind of nice to have, but not the
except
main
from 4 Kings and Nito, you're mostly saving 1 cast. Darkbead.
Well, 4 Kings is the only one that's, like, it's 4 Kings plus Calamite are the big time saves, because Ike's going to get a 1 King fight, which should save about 20 seconds or so.
Pretty nasty. So now Nax doing the Farsight Leviticus, and no, he didn't get a double hit.
No, he didn't.
A double hit's about 2800 damage, I believe.
Yeah, double hit lets you do a rolling attack kill with the Dragon Tooth, followed by the Dark Beads, but when you have Crown of Dust, you can just do that every time.
Yeah.
Minor time save. And then Nax is going to have a... Nax can get a 2-shot centipede here, but Mario was saying earlier, it's going to be a lot harder. You have to land like a lot more of the beads, boss. So let's see if Nax can get it. Meanwhile, Ike's going to be doing some air rolls and going straight to Pinwheel. So this air rolls here are going to skip pretty much all of Catacomb.
Yeah. And about Fire Sage, if Ike got a double hit, he could just do Dark Beats. He wouldn't need to use the
Yeah.
Dragon Tooth.
There's a
Except for the
3-shot
front
for
shot.
Nax.
Yeah, that was definitely
That first
not-
shot was not the best one. But...
not a 2-shot potential there. So pretty clean arrows from Ike. You can kind of get something funny going on with the skulls in the
Yeah.
air, which is
Or the
never good.
necromancer can shoot you while you're doing it, but it's not too
I
bad.
haven't gotten that yet.
No, it can happen. It's not as like a big of a problem versus like the plunge, but it can happen.
Yeah. So now in the version of that Ike's doing, you just kill Pinwheel with a Dark Beam. Walk up to him, shoot him on the face. Dead. Nax is gonna have a different fight, which was the best meme in this
Yeah.
build, which is now gone.
Sad to see it go.
You know, the things we trade for speed.
Yeah.
So now, Ike making his way to Nito.
No Foggate skill.
Hyper dance game. And Nito is a comfier fight as well in this. The most you have to deal with is if he screams.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't see any screams.
Well, like for me doing this, it's like the hardest part is just locking on to Nito.
Yeah.
It gets so easy to lock onto the skeletons. So normally, you'll see Nax doing it later. You'll like cast the Dark Bead to kill the 3 skeletons in front of him, and then you'll run up and Dark Bead Nito like 3 times and he's dead. But it's a little more optimal to use the Soul Spears to just launch at him from a distance, which you'll see Ike doing here. But for me, like getting the lock on with Soul Spears is like pretty annoying.
Definitely.
Oh, he falls down.
Hopefully he knows this is way up there.
Yeah. He's just going back into it. Alright, so Nax on his way to Beta Chaos. Hopefully he doesn't die. Like I said
Yeah.
earlier, bad spot to die. Real bad.
Never fun.
Bad spot for Ike to die here too, Nito. So hopefully they both get through this part clean.
Yeah, so let's see what Ike's gonna get.
He locked onto
Better
the skeleton.
throw. Yeah. Managed to
Nice.
correct the aim.
Cool.
And that's it. You just sit back and shoot spears at Nito.
Nax got the second bomb throw before the cutscene. Pretty
Yeah.
swag.
2 Toki Bomb gods we're witnessing.
Oh,
So Ike out-
so Nax died to Firestorm, but he killed the boss anyway, so it's fine. He's just gonna lose a little time here.
That's best case scenario.
Yeah. And
Except that, oh no, not even. They didn't get that slow of a warp.
no, it's fine.
He dies after getting victory achieved. That is
Yeah.
slow.
Right.
And now Ike is making his way to 4 Kings. Now that's his time.
So we'll see. Hopefully he gets the 1 king here.
Yeah. The thing about 1 King is that you have to land dark beads on the first king, and sometimes they like to
Jump away.
show the dance moves.
Yeah, they jump away more often when you cast spells at them. And part of the setup is to cast 2 Soul Spears to start off with. So then, like, you land the first 2 Soul Spears, then you can immediately start Dark Beating them to get the kill.
Yeah.
But then, like, a lot of the times they just jump away whenever you go to start shooting it, and then you only hit a few beads, and it screws up the whole thing. It's
What you could do is unequip Crown of Dusk, do 1 Dark Bead, and then
Yeah.
equip Crown of Dusk, and then do more.
Which actually saves a cast, so it's a little bit more optimal. I haven't messed with it enough myself to
Yeah,
know if I'm
only
like
tried
comfortable to doing it, but yeah, that is one way that you can do it. Slightly more optimal way. You're gonna see 3-shot Beastless Hero because Nax doesn't have the Crown of Dust.
Yeah. You also might see a trade from
No trade.
Nax and 10 speed. Yeah, he's far enough away.
Like dropping the helmet even though it's a 1 king. But like normally
You never know, dude. You never
Yeah.
know.
So, like, normally when you do this fight and you're going to get 2 kings, you drop an item because where you land, the second king pretty much always spawns there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well,
Oh
that
jeez.
makes things more
Oh
interesting.
jeez.
That definitely makes things more interesting. So you shouldn't have dropped
Go.
the item. You should have just been confident.
Yeah.
You drop the item if you know you're going to get 2 kings, so you know where the second king is going to spawn. Because otherwise you can't tell because there's no reference because it's just black. But if you're getting 1 king, you don't have to, right? You just run to where the first... Like, you can tell where the first king's going to spawn because he always spawns in the same place. You just run in the right direction and kill him and then warp out. But if you're getting 2, you want to drop that item so you know where the second king's going to spawn. And I dropped an item just in case, but he just died. This makes things more interesting, but I think Ike is still ahead.
I think you should have quit out for this.
The thing is, once they both finish the segments that they're on, they're gonna be on the same thing.
Yeah.
So once Nax kills Nito, he'll be on the same part that Ike is on, and
Yeah, from them on, they kill the same bosses.
yeah, they'll have Capra, Gaping, and Gwen remaining after they finish the segments that they're on. But the Nito segment is much longer than the 4 King segment, so I'd say that Ike is still ahead, but maybe only by like 30 seconds right now.
So hopefully this goes smoother. A couple bad decisions from Ike on the first 4 Kings fight. And Nax about to show us the lost greatness.
Yeah, since you don't have enough damage to one-shot Pinwheel because you don't have Crown of Dusk or BDR, the Bellowing Dragon Ring, you just has a little bit of HP left, and you can finish him off with a Catalyst R2, which is quite stylish.
It's awesome. So now we're gonna see Ike approaching the fight again. Let's see if he's gonna drop an item or if he's gonna trust. Looks like he's dropping. Safety. And
Full spear. Ooh, don't get grabbed.
And
He's gonna get grabbed. Yeah. Yeah, he got grabbed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Nax missed the boost jump. So this is Nax is definitely catching up. I still think Ike's a little bit ahead, but it's getting closer.
Doesn't get hole in one either.
No, rip.
Basically over. So now we're seeing Ike also spicing things up by getting grabbed.
He's gonna get grabbed again. I think they're like even now, man.
Yeah,
I think they're like practically dead even now.
Very interesting.
Well, I don't know. Ike's a little bit ahead. I think Ike's a little bit ahead, but barely.
If Ike kills 4 Kings here,
they'll
run out of armor to drop.
Yeah.
But yes. That's getting interesting. Way more interesting than I anticipated.
Yeah, no. Don't get grabbed again. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
so
my god.
now
the embody there. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, Ike is a little bit ahead now.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's lower in that Berg skip coming up, and if he fails that, I think Nax might pull ahead.
Yeah, so
and Nax having a rough time when he I don't know what's going on.
Nax is probably like 20 seconds behind.
So we're gonna see how the last couple segments go, and
so now they're literally on the same segment now. They have the same stuff for mating. I wonder if Nax is gonna do Depths Out of Bounds. Depths Out of Bounds is a strat after on the way to Gaping, which saves a lot of in-game time, but saves very little RTA. So
yeah,
you have to like do it perfectly.
So Ike not missing Lauren that Berg skip.
Yep.
Which huge advantage at this point.
I wonder if Nax is gonna quit out after Capra, because it's definitely faster to not quit out. RTA.
Yeah. So Nax also getting the the skip, but slightly slower because
Yeah.
he got a
Store draw.
hard land.
Oh, he's gonna quit out. Okay. All right.
It's way cozier to do.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, and he doesn't. He might not know like how close they are.
Okay, so Ike not doing that's out of bounds.
No. I think that's well. So Nax has the pike on, so I think we're gonna see
And
it.
Okay, I
Well,
think
he
he's
needs to
not
toggle
gonna
to
do
it right now. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he got.
Toggle.
Oh, this dog! No, the dog's ruining it. It's stuck in the door. What are you doing?
Oh my God! What's happening? Kill him! My God.
Nice
I've
dog.
never seen-
They just stood in the door.
Oh my God! If this was closer and that's what the side of this race, it would be legendary.
Right.
Very unfortunate for Nax, but
So-
it would be legendary.
Oh, okay. Let's say, is he gonna get the slam? It's actually important because if you don't do depths out of bounds, like gaping, not doing the slam is a time loss. You got it though.
Okay.
All right,
Nax
so
almost getting sniped by the rat.
so Ike is on to Gwyn.
So yeah, like I said, we were seeing Ike dying to ONS twice. And Nax like just going his way, but now a lot happens. It's a long run.
No, they've actually both had pretty decent runs. Like I think they both died like twice. Nax's deaths were a little worse than Ike's. And also Ike just has like the faster route going on here.
Yeah, that is true.
So I would say if Nax was on the newer route, there's a chance that he would be winning this year. He's got the RTSR set up.
Yep. So now, all that's should be on the way to finishing this run is a Gwyn parry. If he doesn't opt to go for the quit out, which I don't think is faster.
No, the quit out is slower, but killing him with a riposte is still faster.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, Nax didn't put on the ring. Oh. The double.
Yeah. He could just get it again. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, he just did a double.
Smart call. Next.
Yeah. You want to have on BCR there to lower your HP. Because otherwise you just have this huge HP bar, and the Black Knight doesn't deal enough damage. You can definitely do Gwyn without RTSR, but...
Yeah, it's just, you know...
It's slower.
You get the chance of setting it up again like that, dude. It's almost that much time. But...
It looks like Ike's gonna take this one.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
Gwyn parry and a 2-shot to seal the deal, link the fire.
He's dropping all of his items.
He thinks he's in 4 Kings Arena. Is he still waiting for
Ike.
the second king?
Split Ike. Holy crap. He's not gonna split.
Oh my god.
I mean, he
Max
won.
is gonna win on,
He won, but you need
race time. Split, goddammit.
Ike's just gonna lose.
I'm actually gonna have.
I mean, like unofficially, Ike won, but you need a split for racetime.gg.
You're gonna lose those racetime.gg points, dude.
He literally lost.
God. Oh my god.
I mean, he won, but he just forgot to split. He literally did it like a second later. That's hilarious.
Nice.
Well, that was nice. That was
That's a good race.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, let's get the runners in here.
Can pull them here?
I need to mute them first.
Where I press down.
Their end, and then I can pull them in.
What happened?
What happened?
You lost, Ike.
You
The time-
split. Wait, you're supposed to manually.
I pressed
split.
down. Yeah, I
It's-
did.
You won. You won.
Okay.
Like,
we
it was
didn't. We
close.
came in like 5 seconds with each other, so.
Yeah,
Pretty darn close.
that was. I should. Stop
Yep.
this.
I think the best thing that happened to me that run was the Tara suicide.
That was awesome. The fact I got
Wow.
that on the showcase was
Yeah.
great.
And also,
Now I see why I lost now.
I emptied.
Hell yeah.
No, don't
Yes.
worry. I got
Well,
to drop the entire Elite Night set in
so,
Four Kings Arena.
It seemed very like apparent the speed of the new route watching you guys do that. Ike had some slowness at ONS.
Yep.
How many did you die twice to ONS?
I died twice to ONS.
Yeah. Nax
I got 3 Psycho Calamite.
Nax had a pretty decent like segments in general, but you died thanks to Duke skip memes.
Yeah, that was quite the
He
meme.
got the infinite fall after failing Duke skip, which is we were talking like that's so rare that happens.
It was the fall at the very top of the elevator.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the one on the railing.
And then you also died to Seal skip. Which I guess like the deaths that you had lost maybe more time than Ike's. I don't know, but like it was just seeing like Ike pull away at the DLC was like so obvious because of the route. Like wow, he's just already done and gone. Very apparent. But that was a good race though. It was cool seeing like the route differences.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yep. Nax also got a very interesting Calamite, which I think is making.
Well, you don't have to worry about
making a Gothless save file now.
Yeah,
that's the plan. That is the plan.
Yeah, we were like, well, this is exactly why Gothless is attractive.
It was just a perfect demonstration.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Nice job.
Bun Dumpling brings up a good point. That ONS quit out. That was such a good decision that you made, and I was like, wow, that was like, I mean, obviously you messed up, but
that's something I wouldn't be able to do if I was streaming and talking.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of just focusing on the run.
No, that was cool to see because like you messed up, but you made the best of that by making a real quick decision there. So that
the second fight was really good.
Yeah, it was.
Because when you entered the second fight, you and Ike were going through the fog gate at the exact same time. But Ike got a lightning opener.
Yeah,
and I went for it.
Which you almost had a good lightning fight, but then you tried to just barely missed the strafe on
Snow.
On Snow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was he did the follow up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and you just barely got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, both of you. It was
thanks for commentating.
Came down really,
that
really
was
close.
So this is just a preview of what's to come. We if you want to do DS1 tourney, which someone just did in the chat, we have a tournament coming up that's starting on September 1st. And it's going to be running for a few months. We have 23 participants. All 4 of us are in it. And there's also a scheduling document I need to post that shows the upcoming ones. But yeah, we're going to be doing these like all the time. This one was just kind of give people a preview of what it's going to look like. But that was super cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks
it's gonna be a lot of
both
fun.
of you for running.
Thanks for commentating.
Thank you. That was fun.
It was fun. Next, GG.
GG's.
Okay. So I think with that, we are going to take a raid over to somebody that's also on Speed Souls. So yeah, we'll be back next week with another showcase before the tournament starts. So after next week's showcase, it'll just be a lot of tournament runs that you'll be seeing on here. So, but yeah, look forward to next weekend. We got something cool lined up. And y'all have a nice day.
Yep. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Rigo for commentating with me. And restreaming as well.
Yeah, no problem.